Hey YouTube, it's ICU, and last night Apple released iOS 7 Beta 6, and in this video, I'm going to highlight a security flaw that allows devices to update to iOS 7 without being registered through Apple's iOS developer program. So I have my 5th generation iPod Touch here that I'm going to use to demonstrate with in this video. And I just wanted to stress that this video is for educational purposes only. The information in this video isn't really intended to be put to use. Again, I'm just highlighting a security flaw in Apple's update system that allows iTunes to bypass the UDID registration check of a device when updating to iOS 7 Beta 6. And with that said, if you want to take it upon yourself to install iOS 7 Beta 6 to test it, just know that I will not be held accountable for your actions. And it's also crucial to mention that when updating to iOS 7, your device has to be on the latest public firmware. So for all devices except the iPhone 5, that's iOS 6.1.3. iOS 6.1.4 is an iPhone 5 exclusive firmware, so if an iPhone 5 is on 6.1.3 or earlier, then it needs to be updated to iOS 6.1.4 before proceeding. And if you decide to take it upon yourself to follow through with this and your device is on a lower firmware or it's jailbroken, then it needs to be updated to 6.1.3 or 6.1.4 if it's an iPhone 5 before updating to iOS 7 Beta 6. Now, I also wanted to talk about the over-the-air update feature for devices that are on a previous version of iOS 7 beta. While you can update using that method, this method with actually using the iOS 7 Beta 6 IPSW and taking advantage of that iTunes security flaw will ensure that you do not encounter any errors. Also, if your device happens to be a 16 gigabyte model and you're running out of space, sometimes it won't let you download the firmware onto your device through the over-the-air update feature, and this way is the best way to do so. And of course, you won't lose any data using this update method. It will simply update your device to the latest firmware. Now, hypothetically speaking, what one would need for this tutorial is just the iOS 7 Beta 6 IPSW for their device, which I have right now on my desktop. And I am an Apple developer, so I did get this through Apple's official developer portal. I will not provide any download links to iOS 7 Beta 6, again, because I'm simply highlighting a security flaw. Alright, now with all of that out of the way, what one would do at this point to update to iOS 7 Beta 6 is simply plug their device into their computer via their USB cable. So now that I've done that, it's okay to launch iTunes. Alright, now with iTunes open, if it isn't the latest version, take this time to update iTunes now. And with your device plugged in, simply go to the device portion of iTunes. So I'm right here on the main information page for my 5th generation iPod Touch. Now in order to do this, what you're going to do is hold down Option on OS X or Shift on a Windows-based computer and left-click the button to check for update. Now it's very important that you do not left-click Restore iPod, iPhone, or iPad, depending on whichever device you have plugged in, and that's because it will not work. So in order to do this, again, you need to hold down Option on an OS X-based computer, which I'm on right now, or Shift on a Windows-based computer, and left-click the button to check for update. So once the selection window appears, simply select the iOS 7 Beta 6 IPSW, and then iTunes will come up with a prompt saying that it will update your iPod, iPhone, or iPad to iOS 7.0, and that it will verify the update with Apple. Again, don't worry about that because this is taking advantage of a security flaw. It won't check. So now we're going to click the button to update, and now it will just extract the firmware and it will prepare the iPod to update to iOS 7 Beta 6. So I also just wanted to mention that I'm not going to cut anything out of this video during the restore process, so you guys can see approximately how long it should take. So right now it's saying that it's preparing the iPod for a software update. And as you can see, we now have a progress bar down below the Apple logo on the iPod itself. You might not be able to see it actually in this lighting with the camera the way it is, but rest assured it is there. And you will notice once the progress bar starts to move forward. Alright, now inside of iTunes, it's moved on to updating iPod software, and as you can see, we have a tiny progress bar below the Apple logo now. So at this point, again, just wait and leave your device plugged in. Alright, now inside of iTunes, it's saying that it's done updating the iPod software, even though we still have a progress bar down below the Apple logo. And it's just at the stage now where it's verifying the updated software. Alright, now iTunes is saying that your iPod has been updated, and now the iPod is just going to do a quick consolidation of various files. After updating, again, this is typical, and it will restart. Alright, here we are at the iOS 7 setup screen. So I'm going to take this time to do a quick setup. Again, it's not like a traditional setup. You only have a few options to select here after you finish updating. So I'll do that right now and I'll be right back. Okay, so here we are at the final screen that's saying welcome to iPod, and now I'm going to tap get started, and as you can see, I'm now in iOS 7 beta 6. So I'm going to hit dismiss to this spotlight message here saying that it's now easier to access than ever simply by swiping up. And of course, I will show you guys really quick that I have the new multitasking interface, and I also have Control Center. Again, this iPod is on iOS 7 beta 6. I hope you guys like this video, and don't forget you can enter into my giveaway to possibly win a $100 Amazon gift card simply by rating this video up and leaving a relevant comment down below in the comments section. Once your comment's posted, you'll be automatically entered to win. And to be updated more often on everything related to Apple, including iOS 7 and future jailbreak utilities, just be sure to like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. And until next time, this is ICU signing out.
I'm going to show you how to access links that your friends are sharing on Twitter and how to see your reading list and your bookmarks on Safari on the iPad. So to the right of your address bar is the small book image. We're going to tap on that once. And that's going to access our bookmarks, so we can access any of our favorites. It's going to access our reading list. These are things that we've added to our reading list because we want to check them out later, and it'll sync between our devices. We can tap on any of those and it'll open up. And then this @ symbol will show us what people that we follow on Twitter are sharing, but this only shares the links. So there's a lot of random chatter, and if you just want to see the links, you can go here and do that. And one of the nice things about using the reading list is as you read through there, you can actually just keep swiping up and it'll go to the next article. That's all you need to know about using the reading list, bookmarks, and Twitter links on your iPad in Safari. You can check out the link in the description below for 101 iPad tips and tricks, and head over to GuideMeMobile.com for more.